What was the methodology you went through to learn the basics?
You start to put these accords together into
A concert.
An opera, exactly.
Everybody has this talent inside. And
to express themselves.
Exactly, and this is what we want to do at Maison 21G. So for me, it's really by chance. I fall into the perfumery marmite because of the cultural approach. I was finishing my study in China, where I was enjoying the scent, the food. It was really different.
Yeah.
I had the chance to have an internship in a company called Rond Poulenc, and we were selling ingredient, vanillin, to Perfumer. And I had a discussion with a perfumer in Grasse called Man, and they were very interesting to open their perfumery work to the Chinese. So I was called back in Grasse, and I started the perfumery school, and I discovered this universe. I had no idea what was existing.
It's almost like a bit of coincidence, a bit of planning, a bit of the unexpected, all mixed into one.
Destiny.
Wow. Exactly, that's the word. Well, perfumery itself is quite a technical art. So it's very unique in the sense that there's a creative aspect to it, but there's also a very technical aspect to it, particularly the chemistry of it. So I found that I needed to seek professional training, and so I applied to some schools. And one of the most famous ones is called ISIPCA, and that's based in Paris. And so applying to that school, they really wanted you to demonstrate not just your creativity, but your passion and your willingness to learn and things like that. So after applying and being accepted to the school, I studied there for about 3 years, and then it was necessary for me to find training in the industry and a mentor. So I got to the privilege of working at IFF, which was a big fragrance house, and in sandalwood, so in a raw material, which was a privilege, and that's where I'm currently still am. And I've had the privilege of learning about perfumery from my mentor, Guy Vincent. And so he's been helping me a lot in becoming the perfumer that I am today. So
I had the chance to do the prestigious perfumery school of Man in Grasse. But after learning all my raw material, my accord, my schema, I feel a bit lonely in my office creating, and I really like the part of connecting the brand with the perfumer and finding something that can match. And it was really easy for me to interact with the perfumer because we have the same language, the same training. So very fast I became a scent designer, working for different companies like Puig, Procter & Gamble, L'Oreal, and I really enjoy it being the bridge, because as a perfumer you have your idea, your creativity, and the brand is a personality, like they have their own visions, so you need someone to bridge. Because if you just do something for you, a creation, and it stay on the shelves is not nice. You want your perfume blow to everybody. So I really love this part, and then after I had the chance to become a creative director of the whole Asia. So I was in charge of the scent design, the perfumer, the technical part, the marketing part, and overseeing all the culture, you know, between the Japanese, the Korean, the Chinese, the Indian.
So you had quite almost like quite a unique position to see how people were connected on a big global scale.
That's about the connection and understanding the specific culture, because scent is really linked to your culture, what you appreciate. So being able to put the right perfumer on the right brief in the right country, I loved it. Daniel, we say to become a master perfumer, you need almost 20, 30 years. So the first 3 years you did at ISIPCA at school and with your internship with IFF, what was the methodology you went through to learn the basics?
Well, the methodology, and I draw a big parallel with music, obviously, because that's one of my loves. And so the first year you spent just learning the notes, so just the raw materials, about 1,600 raw materials, from synthetic ones to raw natural materials. And you kind of just learn how they act, what they are, and you just learn them individually. Then in the second year, just like you would do with individual notes, you arrange them into accords. So you take these different materials and you learn about how they relate to each other. So in music, when you make an accord, you put three different notes together and they create a different sound. In the same way, you would put different molecules together to create an accord or a feeling.
A melody.
A melody, exactly.
Melody.
And then in the third year, and this is where for me, where the magic started to happen, you start to arrange these chords into full arrangements or full perfumes. You start to put these accords together into
A concert.
a concert, an opera, exactly.
Actually, it's a process. It's not something you decide from a day to another one to become an entrepreneur. It's heartbreaking to leave your career, go 20 years of being a creative director and designer. So actually, I start to feel the frustration of the people coming to me and say, Johanna, how should I choose my new perfume? There's so many flanker, new launches. I'm lost. Everything smells the same thing. So I really feel the frustration in Paris of a lot of women and men. And when I arrive in Asia, I see so many differences in preference, in the style of perfume they like. And when brands come to me and ask me to create the same scent for everybody, even for a Chinese, a European, an American, I'm like, it's impossible. What you're trying to achieve, it's impossible. And I got all the frustration where we're not entitled to use beautiful natural ingredient because it's too expensive. The quality of the raw material was going down, more chemistry to reach, lower price. So I was losing my soul as a creative person. I decided to find my own path, and because I love to connect perfumer with brand and famous people, why can't I do the same thing for individual, for the people who are frustrating to have the same scent everywhere. I want to create something really that fits who they are, their different moods. The difference with what I was doing before is I empower people to create. So yes, you give the tools, the beautiful ingredient to the people, the training, like a bit when you were a perfumer, how to pair things, how they fit together, what kind of mood they create. Do what you want, as long as you like it and it fits your skin, then you're empowered to create. Everybody has this talent inside. And
to express themselves.
Exactly, and this is what we want to do.